Stone investigators.
Dun, dun.
All right, welcome to another session of Stone Investigators.
This week's in today's podcast, we're going to discuss aliens, tinfoil hats,
Yes, and overlords.
and how we must obey our alien reptilian overlords. Bow down to them, my children, bow down. Use In today's podcast, we have a very interesting article about alien reptilian overlords.
It was a cold evening.
when Ren realized they were vaccinated.
I'm on this day.
All right.
Tinfoil!
Wait, I'm not putting an actual tinfoil
you
hat
gotta
on.
put on
Oh,
a tinfoil
you have
hat.
to put on a tinfoil hat.
No.
You want to be a part of this podcast, you gotta...
You gotta do
Well,
the
the
gotta do the
fucking
work.
shit gets stuck in that tinfoil and bounce around on your head and make you retarded.
Ooh, better! You're already there. How many tinfoil hats have you worn in your life?
You haven't done my hair.
So,
now I know what happened.
But
first,
Joe, I'm just like, little did they know. that
Yeah,
the
you're
forest
talking
they were
about-
walking through. No,
Little did they know.
Josie
Oh.
doesn't really.
I know she
I don't
does.
know.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm putting on a
That's not a tinfoil hat.
This is a tinfoil hat.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You look like you tried to make a bald cap. Back on my alien planet, my hairline started receding real fast. I'm only 22, Dave.
Little do they know. I don't know how to do his voice anymore.
Little
I'm
do
too
they
fucking-
know.
Yeah,
that
you
the
do it way
passages
better.
in the home
Tinfoil
had been
hats.
haunted by spirits for many years.
Yeah, you do it so
They
much
walked
better.
down the corridor, and when they turned the handle, to their surprise,
Bring it.
there was
Fucking-
something staring back at
Oh,
them.
you're gonna make a hat.
What? Your head is awful.
My hat's awesome.
Your head is fucking retarded.
No, it's a hat.
No, it's
Why is
not.
it
It's like a fucking bowl.
It's a hat.
Oh, Pebbles don't like tinfoil, guys. Marina, please tell me you're gonna make a good tinfoil hat.
My hat's fine. You're gonna pick on me.
Because your tinfoil hat's retarded.
I'm fixing it.
No, you're not. You're just making it a bowl.
It's a hat.
It's just a bowl. You're wearing a fruit bowl on your head.
No, it's made of-
Who do you think you are? A Las Vegas showgirl?
Okay, who keeps fruit in tinfoil?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Trailer park class. Yeah, see, she knows how to make a goddamn tinfoil hat.
That's not what.
That's a tinfoil hat,
That's
bitch.
like a fucked up boat.
You're a
bowler
fucked up
hat.
boat.
That's
Hiya,
not a
Georgie.
boat.
You want a fucking balloon?
This is.
Yeah, you can't even get Pennywise with that. Take your reject fucking
I'll make a
tinfoil.
better hat. Pebbles, it's okay. Well,
I wonder if she's gonna get all mad at me if I do this again.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyways,
Cry.
guys, we should
Now she don't
probably
care about
be
you.
more accurate about what we're doing.
Oh, I forgot that we're not supposed to just
Yeah, we can't just
dick around.
dick around. There's a podcast. We gotta like actually
Well,
talk
we're
about.
stoned, Joe.
Yeah, they don't expect much.
We're
Here,
stoned.
you can have this one.
Oh no, Pebbles. Look how retarded I look.
You look amazing.
I look like Pinocchio.
Everybody should get tinfoil hats.
Can't we get arrested?
This is canon now.
What?
Being high.
We're fully
No.
supported. We're fully supporting the tinfoil hat movement. I think we'll also be discussing Area 51, probably Roswell, Men in Black. This is going to be a very long discussion. Yeah. I don't know how many videos we'll be showing today. Hopefully none, because we moved the computer and it's super far away.
We have it hooked up to the TV so we can see better.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. We're also going to be drinking ginger ale.
Out of champagne flutes.
Your cup went up your ass.
No.
Oh, your Coke's in the drain.
I have it. Calm down.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, Josie. You're not funny. I'm fucking trying, dude.
Okay, I just realized it looks like soda.
Look at my beautiful joint.
That's
hey, that turned out really nice.
Look at it.
This is
Look
Canon.
at it. Look at it. I spilt so much weed doing that. Look at that.
Oh my god.
We can clean it up later.
No,
Or
it's gonna stick to that blanket like fucking
well, Pebbles, you want
menopause to old ladies.
menopaused old ladies? I don't think that's accurate. Okay, I don't know why that's making my head hurt. Look, she actually has a tinfoil hat on.
Hand me the tinfoil.
No.
Hand me the tinfoil.
No, we gotta get on topic.
We are. I will discuss everything. Morale making a better tinfoil hat than ever.
Okay. Savor it. Josie, give me your fucking cup.
Give me your fucking money. Where's my
Dun
cup?
dun. Next to your leg, you
Oh, that's a
dipshit.
cup. Yeah. Alrighty. So
Don't spill it.
spills it.
I won't put it past you.
Suck my dick.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it either.
Excuse me?
What, nigga?
What did you just say?
What?
What did you just say?
I don't fucking know, homie.
It tastes like strawberries.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Ginger ale does not taste like strawberries.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Hey,
What, bitch? Oh, fuck yeah.
you're gonna call me a bitch and I'm being nice? That's mean. Look how much she hates me. Okay, so do you believe in reptilian people? Like,
Oh, wait. Alright, so in the reptilian people discuss, like, this is not going to include any kind of clone theory
Oh, it's not a cigarette.
and yeah, this is just strictly alien space dog, etc.
I asked if you thought reptilian people were real.
Yeah.
And you went on talking about how we're gonna talk about space. What are you doing?
I'm making a hat!
It looks like a fucking plate.
It's a better hat than you could make, bitch.
Damn it.
I mean, probably. Okay. I actually found an article about the reptilian overlords and why we need to obey and bow down to our alien reptilian
Wait,
overlords.
why obey and bow down? Why can't we fight?
Because.
I mean, yeah, we'd probably lose.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna read this article. Might be a little boring, but bear with me. There have certainly long been plenty of reports of reptilian humanoids.
Okay.
Obviously. reported across cultures and all over the world, some of which I have covered here at Mysterious Universe before. Okay, and such beings become intertwined with the myths and legends of many cultures throughout our planet. But taking it to the next surreal level is rather persistent and persuasive, and a persuasive conspiracy theory that not only are lizard people real, but they are taking over the world as we know it. Okay, thoughts so far.
So
Do you believe?
so far, this article really hasn't won me over.
No, not in particular, but mostly because they started off with saying that the lizard people theory is
Like
persuasive.
They don't seem to really question it. Like this seems
This-
like
this-
an absolute to them.
This just seems like they're supporting it 100%, and you need to support it as well. And here's
Like,
why.
That's probably their goal. Like, it seems more like this is how it is. Now we're gonna tell you what to do. And I mean, their title really wasn't strong because not many people were gonna want to bow down to the reptilian overlord.
Did you make a flat bill fucking hat
Yeah, I did.
out of tinfoil?
Yeah, I did.
Let me see.
I'm working on it.
It looks retarded.
You look retarded.
Yeah, probably. Okay, back to the article. Okay.
I don't even.
It is an idea so far out in the fringe that it is considered pretty out there even among other conspiracy theorists. Yet it has managed to become rather stubborn and pervasive, an idea that has gained momentum and just will not go away. And the notion that we are enthralled to some mysterious race of reptilian overlords seems like it's here to stay for a while. So this person I think this person's on the track of saying reptilian overlords definitely exist. Hey, look, it's this commander of retarded.
That sucked, and you know it.
I know it did. I
Rita,
wasn't
would you like a
trying to
hat?
be cool.
Come here. Where am I at? Big gaping
I think
fool.
Josie knows I'm not being serious.
Yeah.
This is just how we are with each other.
My crochet pillow.
It fits you perfectly.
Okay. The main thrust of such bizarre theories originates with a man named David Icke, originally a professional soccer player. Before moving on in later years to the position of sportscaster, Icke's calling took a sharp right turn into the bizarre when he had a spiritual awakening and became deeply invested in psychic abilities and various unexplained phenomena.
No, a lot of people say that. Like, okay, I do find
I'm
it
sorry.
very odd because I've read a lot of articles on subjects like this, and usually it starts with someone saying they had a spiritual awakening, like those exact words.
I feel like those spiritual awakenings have a lot to do with some sort of drug. Probably a hallucinogenic.
Spiritual awakening. It's weird that they all use the same words though. Like,
Well, I mean,
I'll
that's
try
the
to pull
most
up some of
common. Yeah, but that's super common. I mean, what else are you gonna say?
no, I mean,
Yeah, I snorted so much cocaine that I'm pretty sure I was abducted by aliens.
I definitely saw God last night.
So, instead, the best way to explain that would be, I had a spiritual awakening last night.
Well, I also saw this study where they took like a lot of
The
people.
tinfoil? Yeah, it was doing that to me too. Take it off.
Maybe it's like radiation. But like, I think they had like 30 people or like 150 or something. They all went through this. They all got asked questions on how to describe a man like jumping, and they all described it differently. Some people said leapt, some people said jump, some people said like, I don't know, other shit. None of them matched.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory was that no two people can come up with like the same way to describe something.
I mean, yeah, but that's just one.
Well,
And it was,
they've done multiple tests.
and so far, every one of them has been.
Yeah. So I just find it weird, and I kind of think maybe like spiritual awakening was like
Maybe it
implanted.
depends on like where they're doing it as well. Like if it's like a city, or if
Yeah.
it's a small town or something. Because I feel like we live in a small town, and I feel like everyone is pretty similar. Like,
with the slang and the words we use.
yeah. Not only that, but like a lot of the locals you'll meet or something, they'll all be kind of the same.
Yeah.
They're usually fishermen or vegans or Christians or farmers or wannabe homesteaders, you know, like a certain family. Anyway, moving on. I just feel like it really depends on their surroundings as well, not just.
It was just an interesting fact.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just wonder how that can be measured 100%.
Yeah.
And just like because the specific question they asked, how would you describe a man jumping? There's so many different descriptive words.
They just showed a guy jumping.
Okay, but that's still like, look at this picture of a man jumping. Of course, people are gonna be like using one of the like millions of descriptor words we probably have for the word jumped.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it depends on the topic, the surroundings, and what'd you do?
What'd
you do?
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry, we have 0 viewers.
Oh yeah, we were still on Reptilian Overlords.
Yeah, we should move back to that.
Yeah. Okay. I told you to savor it. It's your.
You said we were done with the joint.
No, I said no. When I poured you that cup, it said "savor it, Marina." It meant something.
Oh my god. Well,
okay. Anyway,
is that food? Oh my god, it's your burrito, dude.
Okay. He began to take up a reputation of being a psychic, making various predictions and outlandish claims, including one in which he insisted that the world would end in 1997. Hint, it didn't. He really found his true calling. However, when he latched onto the idea of that ancient, shape-changing reptilian aliens had come to Earth thousands of years ago and were in the process of infiltrating society for the sinister purposes of taking over the world and work towards some sort of new world order. The theory first leapt out into the public consciousness. God. With the publication of Icke's book, The Biggest Secret, in which he lays out the whole thing in great detail. According to Icke, his research showed that millennia ago, a race of reptilian aliens called the Anunnaki visited Earth and began to oppress us and mate with us, spreading out their bloodlines and working their way into society until they controlled all aspects of our life. Icke claimed that these creatures could shapeshift or possess humans, and that they were claimed to have designed all of the world's major religions, as well as government systems and other aspects of civilization as we know it. All while they fed upon us and performed human sacrifices and genetic manipulation on us. Icke claims that the presence of these beings was well known amongst ancient peoples and cites as proof several passages from religious books such as the Bible, where he claims there can be found references to these reptilians and their efforts to interbreed with and control humans. He also cites the numerous references throughout cultures to the worship of reptile gods and other entities, such as the Aztec reptile serpent god Quetzalcoatl. I don't know how to say that. the reptilian Naga of India, and many others. This is all evidence of our ancestors having a contact with reptilian masters in ancient times, according to Ick. He would say of this incredible theory, I make these connections not just from intuition, but from a tremendous amount of ancient and modern evidence that shows that these reptilian connection travels right through these thousands of years to the present day. Some of these references to serpents and dragons are obviously symbolic, not the least the Kundalini energy and other things. But when you look at the evidence, there is a tremendous number of literal references to serpent people, serpent gods. Over the centuries, these reptilians interbred with us and spread out into the world with humankind and managed to insert themselves into important families and organizations from which they supposedly control religion and government, education, and, of course, the media. These creatures are apparently attracted to our planet because of the vibrations present here, plus the fact that we give them the chance to continue to reproduce. Ick said of this, the reptilians and other manipulating entities exist only just outside the frequency range of our physical sense. Their own physical form has broke down and they can no longer reproduce. Thus, they have sought to infiltrate human form so use that to exist and control in this dimension. They chose the Earth for this infiltration because it most resembles in vibration the locations from which they originate. These reptilians are addicted to the dense physical world and the sensations it offers, and they have no desire to advance higher.
So the way this guy kind of proposes it, it's kind of like what people think of the Illuminati, like a background controlling group. That's really interesting.
Yeah, but he's also saying that they have no ambition to go any further than where they've reached. While people believe the Illuminati has something greater planned in mind.
In the future, yeah. But well, this posed a question for me hearing this guy say all this. So I looked up some reptilians like showing up in past art and stuff. It showed there are hundreds of accounts for reptilians showing up in like Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yeah.
Like it's all over. It's insane.
Yeah. Like I have no doubt that I guess it's a possibility. I just think it's so strange.
It's very out there.
It's very, very out there.
I would like to keep an open mind.
Their aim in this period is to stop the Earth and incarnate humanity from making the shift from dense physical prison into multi-dimensional paradise. By having power in every single country, the reptilians have created a global prison that people don't even realize they're in. The prison was created by drawing country lines, which leads to endless wars and conflicts. Another way they control humans is by distracting us with media, entertainment, and even politics. They've also made the population stupid and lazy by poisoning food, the air, and the water. The crucial aspect of all of this has been to create a network of mystery schools and secret societies to covertly introduce their agenda, while at the same time creating institutions like religions to mentally and emotionally imprison the masses and set them at war with each other.
Dude, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But alright, I'm way, way more likely to believe that the Illuminati is doing all the same things over reptilians. Shape-shifting reptilians.
Yeah,
I believe in science more than sci-fi.
One common theme with the whole reptilian conspiracy is their interbreeding with humans and genetic experiments upon us. This mixing of their DNA with that of humans and other genetic doctoring that has claimed to have several purposes. One is to allow them to more completely blend in and infiltrate us, and another is that it is meant to limit our mental capacity in order to keep us meek, stupid, and compliant. According to Ick, this reptilian DNA lies dormant within many of us, waiting to be activated at a moment's notice to sever the whims of our reptilian serve the whims of our reptilian overlords. His whole philosophy on this is quite complex and at times really absolutely bonkers. But he says of it, these reptilians and their allies have corrupted Earth DNA with their own, and this genetic infiltration lies dormant until it is activated by the vibrational fields generated by the Illuminati secret society rituals and others in the public eye, like the carefully designed coronations and its official ceremonies of many kinds, including even the UK state opening of parliament and certainly those of various religions.
All right, so they're saying the Illuminati and the reptilians exist.
So maybe he thinks like the reptilians are the Illuminati, like they're one in
the same.
Yeah.
Like the Illuminati is just
like maybe the
branch
Illuminati is
control.
like reptilians are what started it, but it's like a group of people who are working with reptilians that are humans and that are helping them do all of this.
But that would explain why we have so many like mutated genes. I don't like the fact that gingers aren't supposed to exist.
Like any other color than
people
blue.
with different colored eyes and stuff.
Yeah. It's all supposed to be brown eyes, right?
Yeah. And people born with extra limbs and stuff, or with like
the extra chromosomes or something.
Yeah. I remember reading an article where someone was born with like a weird wing on his back, but like no feathers, just like a weird like extra limb thing. So
there's been people who are born like with mermaid tails, basically.
Fish feet.
Okay, let's see.
Weird ears. Yeah.
Once activated, the DNA opens the body to possession by these reptilians and other beings, and this is what is happening.
How do they possess people?
I don't know.
I mean, it would make more sense for them to kill you and then replace you because they can shapeshift. Why would they possess anyone? Like, what do they mean by possess?
I don't know. They're giving an example.
They just like,
I think.
Oh my God, it's Jehovah's Witness. They just go around. They're like, "Hi, how you doing?" They like, knock, knock, knock. Hi, would you like to learn about our Lord and Savior? No, okay, we're gonna possess your asses. Fucking Jehovah's Witness.
For example, to Freemasons in the rituals that most of them deliver parrot fashion, while having no idea of their vibrational significance. This is why the Illuminati are so obsessed with knowing a person's bloodline. They know which have the potential for this activation and possession and which do not. The Mormon Church.
Oh no, the Mormons?
Genealogically database, and now the DNA data banks are designed to identify those with the bloodline. These are the people who are given jobs and roles that serve the Illuminati agenda, while most of them have no idea what is really going on and what they are being used for. Okay. Their DNA is then activated and they go through a change of character, a phase I have heard so many times in relation to such people once they advance in the system. And a very different consciousness takes over their mental and emotional processes. Each new generation is the Illuminati bloodline family. Each new generation of the Illuminati bloodline families is exposed to the appropriate ritual to activate their possession by the reptilian entities, and so the cycle goes on. The phrase that comes to mind is, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they do." This all goes very deep, according to Ick, and with the bloodlines of the aliens getting rather complex, and with the complicated hierarchy both involving the reptoids themselves and many of the hybrids they have spawned that are said to walk amongst us. In particular, Ick makes frequent mention of the difference between full bloods, meaning they are of or close to the original reptilian alien stock, and hybrids, which are generally lower on the totem pole. Full bloods are claimed to be in possession of vast array of powers such as shape changing, which is supposedly achieved through vibrations that trick the human mind into seeing what the reptilian wants you to see, and the other abilities such as mind control. Hybrids, on the other hand, are said to lack these powers, look very much like humans without any obfuscation, and are often not even aware of their alien ancestry. These hybrids are apparently consistently manipulated and influenced by the pureblood ruling class towards their own agendas. Ick even claims that there are two different races of reptilian: the winged Dracos,
Draco.
and the humanoid reptoids. It is a lot to take in.
Wow. This is a lot of information. I think give it a minute. Hold on. Okay, so I sum it up. The reptilians are kind of like super powered. They can shapeshift. They can possess people. They're dumbing down society. They're making us more like cattle than anything else. And they're working with the Illuminati and other organizations that may or may not exist still.
I think they control the Illuminati.
They control it. Okay, not okay. They're controlling the Illuminati, or they are the Illuminati, or okay. What are your takes on this theory here?
I mean, okay, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Minus the reptilian aliens.
Everything else makes sense. It makes sense that someone or something could be dumbing down society and doing all the things they're saying the reptilians are doing. And it's more likely it's more likely that it's not shape-shifting reptilians.
Yeah,
it's probably just clones and stuff.
I don't know.
The thing, I'm not gonna totally shoot down the reptilian overlord theory, but it's not a theory that I would support openly. This is a very compelling article, though. I mean, this guy's he's got his facts straight.
Well, it's just a lot of quoting of the Ick guy.
Yeah. That's who I was referring to. Not whoever wrote this article, but the Ick guy seems to know what he's talking about.
I don't want to hit your face with my knee.
Raina, what do you think of reptilian overlords?
Sleep.
Okay, that is a direct quote of Some people operate Wellstone, some people don't.
Seeing as these reptilians are said to be fond of taking over the wealthiest and most powerful of families and secret societies, it is perhaps no surprise that Ick names many of them as being without a doubt crawling with the lizard people. The ever-present conspiratorial society called the Illuminati is said to be basically lizard central, with many families of pureblood reptilians in its rank, and the mythology of this all incredibly complex and beyond the scope of what I plan to go into here, but which was written of extensively in Stuart Low's book Blue Blood, True Blood, Conflict and Creation, which goes into considerable meticulous detail on how the reptilians are connected to the dealings of the notorious Illuminati. Of course, all these alleged reptilians can also be apparently seen in powerful mainstream political families, as well as other political figures and historical figures also as well. The French King Charlemagne, the Pope, the Rockefellers, the powerful Rothschild family of Germany, the British royal family, and many American presidents including George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, the Clintons, the Obamas, and the Bushes, and yes, Trump, are all named as reptilians in disguise. Countless entertainers are also accused of being
Trump?
Of being reptilians, including Bob Hope, Marilyn Monroe, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, and many others. Virtually everyone who is anyone is suspected who is anyone is suspected by Ick of being a reptilian or a hybrid, and it all serves just to keep us under control and subservient to our real reptilian masters.
Okay.
So that article was
Alright.
interesting.
I think it's safe to say that they definitely did 9/11. Like 9/11 was definitely an inside job if we are controlled by reptilian overlords.
Okay. I guess.
Like there's no way our reptilian overlords would have allowed a massive terrorist attack on.
But then are you
Major
saying all
food.
terrorist attacks here are secretly inside jobs because
Yes.
of reptilian overlords?
Yes, in the case that we are controlled by reptilian overlords, yes. All of it is planned. And I'd believe it even without
Actually,
reptilian
that makes
overlords.
sense.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about how they use things to distract us, like news and entertainment.
Yeah,
and
9/11, that was a
political.
big thing.
Yeah.
And then the
That
attack
was
on
talk-
the Pentagon, I mean,
It's still talked about. Like it's
the
still...
JFK assassination, all of it.
Okay.
Every
Alright, I can see how
major
that makes sense.
historical event.
I can see that.
Y'all don't know how far down this rabbit hole goes. Oh my god, did you just spill a bunch of water?
No.
Okay. Reptilian overlords. Have we covered that?
Yeah, I think
I think we
reptilian.
What? Oh, it's down there. I did pull up this one. The Time, like the Times, actually did a article on the reptilian elite.
Oh my god! Don't trust the Times.
No,
Favorite.
only reason why I like it is because of their opening here. They are among us, blood-drinking, flesh-eating, shape-shifting, extraterrestrial reptilian humanoids.
Wow, that's...
They want to enslave the human race, and they are actors, singers, Grammy winners, and they caused the Holocaust, the Oklahoma City bombings, and it just keeps going. This is fucking hilarious. But what I love most is this lovely black and white photo of someone in a reptilian elite costume.
That looks like the sea monster from an old horror movie.
Yeah, it does.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is.
It's probably from like a Star Trek episode. It's bad though. Oh my god. All right. Let's see. Roswell, Men in Black. Just I guess any kind of. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up the official Roswell incident. Oh, this is Wikipedia. I don't know. We're gonna read from Wikipedia because I'm a lazy fuck. All right. In mid-1947, a United States Army Air Force's balloon crashed at a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. That's what they said. It's a Air Force balloon. Following wide initial interest in the crashed flying disc, the U.S. military stated that it was merely a conventional weather balloon. Interest I can't fucking talk. In the late 1970s, when UFOologists began promoting a variety of increasingly elaborate conspiracy theories, claiming that one or more alien spacecraft had crash-landed. The extraterrestrial occupants had been recovered by the military, who then engaged in a cover-up. They yeah, okay. So they said it was a weather balloon when there were a few people, I think there were 3, right? 3 solid eyewitness accounts that it wasn't a weather balloon. And that's where the Men in Black theory comes in.
Men in Black theory fucking terrifies me.
Yeah.
Well, I would probably piss myself if I ever saw them. If they ever tried to talk to me, I'd be like, "All right, time to take a swan dove off the top of this roof."
Yeah, we're gonna get out
I
of
said
here.
swan dove, but
Swan dove.
pigeons and doves are the same thing. One of them's just a darker color. We fucking are racist with goddamn fucking pigeons, dude.
What? Nigga, what? Oh shit, I can't say that.
We have to delete this.
No, we can't. There's no way. It's okay. Maybe no one heard.
I'm going to jump off of the roof.
Good kitty.
Oh my god. I have to pee so bad.
Don't say that. That's
Well, if you could say the N-word,
No, I
can
said-
say the P
I said it
word.
with an A at the end. No ER. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. All right. Do.
That's just empty.
All right. Roswell, Men in Black, and the Area 51 conspiracy. Dun, 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 dun. Did the U.S. government hide evidence of a crashed alien spaceship in Roswell, New Mexico? Dun, dun, dun. I think they did. Let's have some before comments. What do you think about the Roswell incident and whether or not it was a cover-up?
I think the government covers up everything that's important.
Yeah. Man. All right. You want more soda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. All right. And of course, no discussion about space conspiracy theories would be complete without mentioning the Roswell incident. Shit, I think I already said that. I'm so. All right. July of 1947, rancher Mac Brazel, he discovered some strange debris in an area northwest of Roswell, New Mexico.
Take it.
Brazel couldn't. Hold on. Okay. Roswell. He couldn't identify the debris, and a nearby military base released conflicting information about the material's origin. A few local newspapers picked up this story. While people thought the incident was unusual, several years passed before the first theories about alien activity really took off. At that time, dozens of UFO enthusiasts published stories and books about the Roswell incident. The basic theory was that debris came from an alien spacecraft, and the U.S. government confiscated the material and for later study. Are you okay over there? No, okay. Did you spill soda everywhere? Jesus.
Not everywhere. Just
Not
on my foot.
Not
In the bed a
everywhere.
little. In my
On your foot, on your hands, and on the bed. According to some theories, the government transported the debris to an Air Force base in Roswell. Others say they took it to Area 51, a secret military base in Nevada, where the government tested experimental aircrafts. What are you doing, dude? Oh my god, you got Ritz crackers.
I'm not sharing.
You got fucking cheese and fucking what is that shit?
my ass.
What is it?
No.
No, is it that French onion dip
Yeah.
shit? Careful, don't eat it all. That's my mom's. She'll
Well-
fucking lose her shit.
It's the sour cream and giant.
Yeah, that's the one.
I didn't do it.
Okay. That's why I wasn't fucking touching it. Stories of autopsies performed by government officials on dead aliens soon erupted. Yeah, there were tons of those. Some people claim that anyone trying to uncover the government secrets about aliens would receive a visit from a group of intimidating officials in dark suits, the so-called Men in Black. The US government repeatedly denied having any information about extraterrestrials, but many theories dismiss the government's responses. Officially, the Air Force says the debris found in Roswell came from a crashed surveillance balloon that was part of a top secret project called Mogul.
No, don't eat all of that chive stuff.
Yeah,
Just another thing of it. Okay.
Don't trust it.
Okay, I'm not gonna eat all of it though.
Okay. Came from a crashed surveillance balloon project called Mogul. Or Mogul. I don't know. And there's no information about alien life forms.
So what time is it?
4:31.
Did Dad go shopping for food?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna have to go out there.
I have my phone in your fridge.
Right.
Close the door.
Shut the door.
Oh my god.
Okay. So here's an article on the Men in Black. I'm just looking over it. 'Cause I don't want to read it all.
The Men in Black?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Have you had any like alien experiences? Like UFO sightings or anything weird?
Well, we did see that really weird light up in the sky, like just right out there.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, I don't think it was alien. There have been a few other things.
Okay, what else could it have been?
The face in her
Marina, will you turn on the TV? It turned off.
The face in the window?
Yeah, the face in the... Well, Marina woke up when we were kids, and she looked out the window, and she saw a face, and was very, very sure it was an alien. So.
Really?
Yes. She cried about it. She was so fucking terrified. She's terrified of aliens.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's good reason.
The really only other thing was we lived out at the old house.
Yeah.
I would wake up and see
And
bears outside.
well, my mom was constantly up at night. So she's the one who actually saw this. I mean, I did see it a little bit, but she saw it the full thing. Well, she was up. It was probably 1, 2 in the morning, she was saying. But she was just walking around. She looked out the living room window, and there was this tiny little helicopter thing. But she said it was more like a sphere, and it was like lit up, like purples and blues.
That's crazy.
And she saw a tiny man inside. She said it couldn't have been bigger than like 5 feet. Then like the sphere would have been 5 feet, and she said the man was smaller than that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Of course, out at the old house, they built this really big, like, government-funded building, and we were never really sure what it was, but there were people outside of it, and sometimes they would have guns.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the middle of nowhere, there's no one else around, really. They were at least 2 miles away from us. We could just see them because the trees parted in a specific, I don't know, the trees we could look through. Yeah. And I just always kind of figured there was a government base out there and they were just testing shit. And I don't know.
A story that my dad told me about one of the first dates him and my mom went on.
Alright, you wanna?
They went to a lookout in town, and they were parked there for quite a while, but all of a sudden, this thing, they didn't really know how to describe it. He just said it was like very circular almost, and that it was like hovering above them,
Yeah.
and it was just very still, and he was watching it and like, what the fuck is that? And they got creeped out because it was like something was watching them almost. And so he pulled out and he started driving down the road, and the fucking thing just followed them all the way until Diamond Ridge, the stop sign.
You know what you should ask your parents? They've
And
ever
then it
had
just-
dreams of skinny babies.
Right? Make sure they didn't fucking get
You're
abducted.
seeing your dad this weekend, right? You should definitely talk to him.
Well, this was quite a few years ago, so it's probably too late now.
Just sit him down. and
He's
tell him,
gone.
Did you ever have a dream of a skinny baby? Because if so, someone popped your cherry. Because they broke.
Yeah, I know.
Don't say that to your dad.
I'm not going to.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't really have any other stories with aliens or Men in Black because I don't know. I've never been in any kind of place where they would want to talk to me or even care.
Last winter, we were trying to drive down my grandma's driveway, but the snow was too deep and we got stuck. And we all opened our doors because we were gonna all get out and like just walk back up the driveway. And as soon as we all opened our doors, something like literally like burst, and it was just like this bright ass green light, and then it was just nothing.
Weird.
Like something exploded like in the sky. That's what it seemed like. And it was just like this really bright ass green, like, my dad says it was probably just like one of those electricity boxes thing blowing up, but like
That doesn't make sense.
it was like directly above our car, and it was bright green, like neon green.
Okay. There was one time I was walking to the bus stop at the old house. You used to have to walk like a third of a mile in pitch black. And you would look up and you could see like all the stars, and I saw one moving like super fucking fast. And I thought it was just a shooting star until I talked to Katie, and she was like, no, shooting stars don't look like that. Things don't move like that. And I realized that it had to have been something else. Yeah. Overall, what do you guys think about the whole alien thing? I think
it would be retarded to believe that we are the only
living things in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think aliens are real 100%.
We should not be that arrogant.
Yeah, no, we should not do that.
Let's see. Silent eating.
ASMR mukbang. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't had that many alien experiences either. So
Yeah, I don't imagine many people have. Like, I feel like that's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I hope I never get abducted.
me too. I hope I never get abducted.
I don't know. That reminds me of that episode of Supernatural where Dean got abducted, but he just started shooting and cutting with his knife, and they sent him back.
Oh shit. Okay. We could talk about paranormal stuff again.
No, we're still talking about the Men in Black.
Are we?
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
We didn't explain the theory at all. We just said,
we
hey,
didn't.
no, not like creepy, identical looking.
Oh, I thought we did. I thought you had already done that.
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
Why? I just feel like we don't really have a lot to say on this topic because we don't really have any experiences.
Well, it's an interesting thing, and I want to talk about it. Well, I mean, like, the first time, I don't know, I was talking about the Roswell incident. And the fact that the government just said, oh, it was a weather balloon, even though it was very clearly not a weather balloon.
I mean, there was that prime minister from Canada who talked at a meeting about the 3 types of aliens that were already on Earth. And then, like, either like the next day or over the next few days, they had another one. And they kind of tried to cover it up by being like, and we have an interview with an actual alien. And then some guy dressed in an alien costume came in.
Yeah. They just tried to make it into, like, a joke or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the puppet?
I don't know. You had it.
I handed it to you.
No?
I thought it is. I don't know where it was. I guess we can cut the Men in Black discussion short. I mean, we all. I feel like we all have our own opinions.
Maybe you did hand it to me. Hold on.
I really thought I did.
I don't remember having it.
Oh, yep, it's right here. What are you doing? Looking in my keys.
What are you looking for in there?
You're looking for weed.
Of course she
She's
is.
like, just one more bowl.
I mean, yeah.
You already took a nap. Jesus. Oh my gosh, you're going back to bed.
Bed.
Incredibles is out, right?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it on
Dude, it's not going to be any
theaters.
good. There hasn't been any good times, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
If it's out, they're all like hours away in next towns.
Yeah, I don't know. We might be able to go for the go to like Kenai and see it. I don't know if Dad really wants to see it though. Anyways, back to subject. Okay, we can just cut them in Black short. Basically, people believe they're creepy, identical people.
They believe they're people there that they're sent to like,
Cover up. Basically, the movie.
yeah, but 10 times creepier, not as helpful.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bet they totally have those little pens that just like memories.
I mean, probably because people say that they like their encounters and shit. People say like, I don't really remember it that well. It's kind of hazy and it was really weird and confusing. And
You're probably just like it.
Yeah, and they did get the Men in Black on a security videotape.
walking into some place, and they they look like
yeah.
literally identical.
It's super freaky. Honestly, you guys, there's no one listening. Just check it out for yourself.
It's really simple. You just look up Men in
Black.
Black on YouTube and probably a few
Oh yeah,
videos
there's
pop
so
up.
many videos. Shane Dawson's is good. I like BuzzFeed's. BuzzFeed's really good.
I like Shane Dawson mostly just because like he talks way more like I talk than
Yeah, I like his eyes. He's got very like
intense eyes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he does a really good like creepy voice. Like he's like, "Welcome back." I don't know how to do it, but
Welcome back.
I don't remember what he says
Welcome
actually.
back.
I don't know if he says that.
Ow, I have a fucking mosquito bite right here on my toe. You can see it.
Gross! Don't show me that.
Itches. I got one on my fucking face. I got like 6 on my arms. Alright, so space talk. Did anything else you guys want to... Pluto is a planet. That is established. Pluto is a planet.
It has moons.
It has moons.
There's no way it's not a planet. It's so a planet. Let Pluto be a planet. Why can't it be a planet? Just because we say so? Our opinions mean nothing.
I'm totally gonna name my dog Pluto.
Oh my god.
People be like, "Oh my god, what a Disney fan."
Like, no.
No, I'm a Pluto fan. It is my planet, so.
Wasn't the dog from Black Butler named Pluto? Or is that just me being retarded?
Oh wait, yeah, I think it is. I think his name's Pluto. And then we're also gonna talk about supernatural something or another.
We're gonna talk about demons.
Supernatural blues. That's what it's called. Let's see. Supernatural blues. Oh wait, no.
Supernatural blues.
Scanning.
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 Scatting.
Scatting, yeah.
It's like a kink, you know? It means
What?
people poop on each other.
Oh, that's weird. I was talking about like.
I know.
Oi.
Oi. What?
Oh my god.
That sounds just like Janis Joplin.
Oh, when I breathed in, I sounded like a demon. Jesus. Whew.
Scoop it up, dip. Oi.
Oi.
It's like when you were beatboxing and Marina said, "Now I know I'm high because you sound amazing."
Anyway, Supernatural Blues, we're talking about crossroad demons.
Or just demons in
What's
general,
on
really.
your foot? What is that? You have an owie?
Yeah. I actually had a story. Well, not a very long story, but
Damn.
a little story.
Well, does it? Alright. Well, we could go on and on about our experiences with demons. Or crossroad demons I've never encountered.
I've never a crossroad demon.
Totally be up for it though. I should definitely.
We should do that. We should
Get that
find a
together.
crossroad and then we can do like
I would totally.
we could
sell it.
podcast it or something.
Podcast summoning
Yeah.
a crossroads demon.
Yeah. Why not? See if it's real.
Because they probably won't show up. They'll be like, "Oh God, it's another fucking kid." You know what? I don't want to deal with
Maybe
this
we could do
shit.
it secretly.
Secretly?
You know,
With the
like
demon.
wire myself.
Wire.
Hey, they can't. I don't know.
What if they like kick your ass because you're wearing a fucking wire?
Well, then I catch it all on film.
No, that's not on film. That's on recording.
Well,
They probably fuck with your recording equipment, anyways.
yeah, I know. I could still try.
Yeah, we should definitely try. But I don't know. What do we? I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna look up ingredients for summoning a crossroads demon. Well, you tell your.
I think we need cat bones.
You can't have my. Okay.
No, she's an Egyptian goddess. We can't fuck with her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Robert Johnson was an American blues musician from 1928 through 1938. He died literally 10 years after his career started.
Oh no.
And he was 27. He was 27.
What did he die from?
I don't think they know.
I'll look it up.
Okay, let's look it up. How did...
Oh, wow, it's
Robert-
actually pretty simple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Murder.
No, he was murdered.
Of unknown causes.
Wow.
But murder.
Yeah. You know, actually, when I'm looking up Crossroads Demon, he shows up. Robert Johnson is purported to have such done a thing. So, yeah.
He was an extremely influential musician and very talented. So talented that some say that he may have sold his soul to the devil to gain his immeasurable skills in songwriting, singing, and playing the guitar. His life was short-lived, and he became another one of the many talented musicians who also died at 27. There's actually a photo of him sitting with his guitar where someone says you could see a like demon face in the corner actually.
Wow. You need graveyard dirt, black cat bone, and a picture of yourself when you get to the crossroads. You put the items in a box and bury it dead center of the crossroads. And then you wait.
That sounds easy yet painfully long.
You need a black cat bone.
We're not killing Nightmare.
I know. I don't want to fucking kill a cat.
Good.
Just cut off Nightmouse's one tailbone.
Oh my
She's
god.
not black. She's black and white. Can't fucking do that
We
shit.
can't cross mix,
Bitch.
bitch. Witchcraft is a serious practice. Get with it. Would that be classified as witchcraft?
Yes.
I'm never sure.
Well, it's a magical ritual.
Magical, I guess.
Because demons are considered part of the supernatural.
Yeah, I know, but you're not doing anything magical. You literally just gather worldly things and then bury it.
Yeah.
And then just hope that a demon comes. That's not magic.
Huh. There's another article on Robert Johnson. Or Robert, what's his face? Yeah, Robert Johnson. He learned how to play guitar by selling his soul to the devil at a crossroads somewhere in Mississippi. In truth, the blues singer publicly made this claim was Robert's rather less known contemporary and friend Tommy Johnson, not related to Robert. Tommy Johnson is remembered for his classic recording of Maggie's Kimmel Blues. Liddell Johnson, Tommy Johnson's younger brother, spoke with the blues scholar David Evans about Tommy's sudden guitar playing skill, and Tommy's claims about it. His account of the ritual is typical of others collected throughout the South. Note that Liddell did not say that Tommy Johnson called the crossroads spirit the devil. He did not mention selling a soul. If you want to learn how to make songs yourself, you got to take the guitar and you go to where the road crosses that way, where crossroads is. Get there. Be sure to get there just a little for 12 that night, so you know you'll be there. Okay. You have your guitar and play a piece there by yourself. A big black man will walk up and take your guitar and he'll tune it. Then he'll play you a piece and hand it back to you. That's the way I learned to play anything I want. Robert Johnson also did a record song called Crossroads. However, it's about hitchhiking and not magic.
Is the Hellhound theory strictly from the Supernatural, the show? Or
no, there's a lot of lore on Hellhound.
Well, I mean, like specifically with the Crossroads demon thing, because it said that the Hellhounds are the ones that
collect the souls.
Yeah.
I don't think it stemmed from Supernatural.
I actually have a little paragraph thing about Hellhounds.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, you can. All right. Thank you for sitting in on this with us. We're losing one of our people.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Go to bed.
Okay, so a Hellhound, a creature that permeates folklore, mythos, and beyond, the hellhound goes by many names and it takes many forms. It is Garmr in Norway, Cerberus in Greece, and a nameless malevolent entity in others. In European lore, the sight or sound of a hellhound supposedly means death is around the corner or some sort of tragedy is going to happen. The hellhound, unsurprisingly, has links to the devil. Legend has it that a hellhound will kill a person who made a deal with a demon, thus allowing their soul to be harvested. In some cases, the presence of a hellhound is enough to kill people. The victims are actually said to be literally scared to death. People have also been thought to have gone insane from being haunted by this creature. A recent sighting of the cryptid was in 2010, where a group of young men in Jacksonville, Florida, had an encounter with what they think.
Hold on. I don't know if the mic's picking it up or not.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Where a group of young men in Jacksonville, Florida, had an encounter with what they thought were hellhounds. The group was messing around at a local baseball park at night. As they walked from one part of the park to another, they felt the temperature drop suddenly and significantly. As they walked on, one of the guys saw a creature out of the corner of his eye. It was a dog. Its body was about 7 feet long, and its head looked like a hollowed-out tiger skull.
Whoa.
The creature began to run towards them and prepared to climb the fence that separated them. It pulled its right hind leg over its body and twisting its spine unnaturally, grabbing onto the top of the fence, and heaved itself over. According to the group, the creature disappeared when it hit the ground. It broke into 3 smaller dogs instead, with glowing eyes. When the
Whoa.
dogs gave chase, the young man ran off, narrowly avoiding a certain run-in that could have resulted in their untimely demise. One of the men described the encounter as being like staring death in the face. He felt primal fear like he had never felt before. That would be terrifying.
One dog turned into 3.
One giant-ass dog?
Yeah, fucking throwing itself around the fucking place. That sounds horrifying. And imagine the growl it would have. No, it's got a hollowed out fucking head. I don't imagine it would be fucking cute.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'd rather kill myself.
That's I don't know. At that point, I think I would get out my phone because I would be dead either way. I would Snapchat you and like take a selfie and be like, about to fucking die.
I'd be like, God damn it.
I'm not a fast runner. I'm not a runner. I sprint at best.
It's probably different when you have adrenaline.
Yeah. I wonder what that's like.
You won't know until you're in a serious, like, life and death situation. Like, oh, I'm dying.
When you're falling off the bed. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of give up when I fall off the bed.
He's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually I'm like, no, I don't want to fall. I don't like falling. To be fair, Robert Johnson, he made a lot of songs relating to like really ominous song titles.
Yeah.
Crossroads, Hellhound on My Trail, Mama in My Kitchen, Little Queen Spade. That was kind of weird. And that one, he's talking about like using Mojo for gambling. But he uses he used Hoodoo in his songs a lot. I thought that was interesting. I mean, it definitely doesn't bode well for him.
I want to go somewhere where, like, I want to see a hoodoo queen.
I don't know. New Orleans.
Yeah.
Is that hoodoo or is it voodoo?
Well, it's hoodoo, voodoo, and I think there's a few other things and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
I wish someone would just pay for us to go places and do stuff.
I know. I would totally go like more intense, like paranormal ghost hunting or something.
First stop, Sally House.
Oh, that would be so fun. Or the Winchester House,
Ooh.
or well, no, we could do the closest one that is closest to us, which would be the Van Gilder Hotel in Seward.
There's also the Igloo. The Igloo Hotel? Or Igloo Inn. Where you stay in the giant igloo. It's supposedly like super haunted.
The Van Gilder is the only one that I really heard in Alaska, but I've actually been to the Van Gilder once, and so has my sister. My sister went on a school field trip quite a while back.
Also, a lot of abandoned like canneries and stuff and mills and
Yeah,
lumber
yeah.
mills. I mean, we should definitely go to like the abandoned places.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we
Do
should
you
Yeah, go ahead.
do you know like the story about Van Gilder Hotel or?
Yes, but you could say it.
Well, I don't really remember a lot of it. I remember the name Fanny, but that's really it. And I had a weird experience when I was there actually. And so did my sister had one too. Or quite a few. She stayed the night. We just went in to look around because we were in Seward, but
Yeah. I don't
we
think I've ever been to Seward.
we went up onto the floor with the supposedly haunted room. We didn't go directly to the haunted room. We were actually just kind of wandering the hall a bit. But my mom went into this little bathroom because she needed to go pee. And we were like right in the hall, we were right there and stuff. But when she came back out, she like couldn't see us basically, even though we were like right in front of her.
That's weird.
And she was like calling our names and was like trying to
Find you guys?
Yeah.
But you were right there?
Yeah, we were right there, and we were like trying to talk to her, and it wasn't working. And then she walked out of the hall. Like there's a little door that separates the hall from the staircase.
Yeah.
She goes out that door, she looks around, she comes back in, and then she finally can like see us again. And she was like, "Where the fuck were you guys?" And we were like right in front of you the whole fucking time.
Wow. Now, what do you think happened there?
I don't
She just
know.
couldn't
Like
see you?
it was like we didn't even like exist. Like it was.
Were you like right in front of her?
Yeah, like we were
the
like
way we're sitting?
yeah, like and we were like
Yeah,
and we were like mom, we're here,
That's
we're right
weird.
fucking here. And then we went to the haunted room. We walked down to the end of the hall. It's at the end of the hall, and the first thing we noticed was a painting on the very end of the wall was just like of a rose, just a rose, nothing else. And that the door to the room was open. It wasn't
Oh.
supposed to be open.
Can people still rent it?
Yeah, people can still
We
rent.
should
Yeah,
stay in it.
yeah. But it was strange because like we opened the door all the way and we went inside and we were like hello, and like there was no housekeeping, like it wasn't someone was cleaning it.
Open.
It was just open.
It's spooky.
Yeah. And yeah, it was creepy. And let's see, my sister stayed there overnight when she was in elementary school, and in her room the TV kept turning on and off, and in one of her friends' room the bathroom light kept turning on.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if it's them just fucking like the hotel people have like,
Right?
a control panel.
that's funny.
They're sitting in there like turning
Well-
shit off and on.
One of my mom's friends actually went and stayed there for a few nights, and he said that when he was walking down the halls all the door would open behind him,
Yeah.
and then they'd close when he'd walk by again. Like they'd open as he walked by the first time, and when he looped back around they'd close all behind. Like it was
Super weird.
yeah, it was super
Yeah, it
weird,
sounds
especially
weird.
since like it was I'm pretty sure the hotel was mostly full.
Mhm.
So those were doors to like people who were staying there. Like those were actual used rooms. Like
I
they're
hope they're okay.
right. That would be terrifying. I just we already have enough trouble here. Not a lot even goes on.
Yeah.
Nothing super intense. At least not while we were here. I mean, the door thing happened, but we weren't even there for that.
Oh, at this house?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the scariest interaction I've had with anything here was when we were hotboxing my car.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we were hotboxing my car, where, it was me, her,
And her sisters.
yeah, two sisters in the back, and we were all smoking. Keep in mind, we were smoking a lot. I don't know how much we smoked.
Yeah, I know. We smoked a lot. We were all pretty fucking up there. But here's the thing. If it was just like a hallucination, it's a fucking weird that all of
us saw this guy walk beside the car. Like he was in front of the car and he walked beside the car.
No. He ran at the car. That's what.
No, he ran after. Like he walked up to the side of the car and then he ran and like attacked the car.
No, but he was
beside the
like he
car.
was he was like a few feet away before he ran.
Yeah. But like he was beside.
He was parallel to
like,
the car, but
5
he
feet
was
away?
he was
10?
he was like 5 maybe 10 feet
5 to 10 feet
yeah.
away.
Away from the car. I didn't even see this part, but this is just what your sisters were saying.
Yeah.
He was quite a bit away from the car, and he ran at the car and went to like punch it out.
Yeah.
And fucking there was a sound. There was like a sound against the fucking window.
It hit my car.
Yeah.
There's a mark on my car.
And one of her sisters fucking jumped and it shook the whole car, which scared me, and I in turn like turned towards the window to look, and I only saw the end of it. Whereas where he kind of turned and just like walked, but then he was gone. Like you didn't see him after that.
It was just kind of like this shadow figure that just came
Yeah.
up, and I mean he was really loud too.
Yeah, fuck. And fucking oh my
And-
god.
Well, I'm still not sure if it was him who shook the car or if it was Marina freaking out.
I don't know, because it seemed like the car kind of shook before she like
Yeah, and of course Kate back in the backseat was freaking shit. I
yeah.
was the first one to see him, and I was like, wait, what? And then I saw him, and it was like, holy crap, what's he doing? Then he was like, I'm gonna fucking run at your fucking car. Fucking bitch.
I think I would have cried if I saw the whole thing happen.
So then we ran inside, like scared
babies.
little Girl Scouts.
Well, I mean, what else were we going to do? Just sit in your car in the pitch black
Yeah.
darkness, no one else around, fucking everyone's asleep. We're the only ones who fucking saw that. That was when we wanted to go to your old house.
It's probably good that we didn't.
I'm gonna go with yeah, because it didn't seem like whatever was here was very happy about it.
I mean, I've had other.
Yeah, what about your lights? The Christmas lights.
Yeah. I mean, I've had other things happen. That was definitely the most interactive and like
It's like
it
more
actually
visual,
happened.
Visual thing, because we usually don't see anything matching the noises. It's usually just random things that happen and we're like, what the fuck? There was nothing there. This time it was like, what the fuck? There was something there and now it's not fucking there, and there's no way it could have just
everybody fucking saw
and
it.
it's not like he just like some random guy came in, tried to punch out your fucking window, failed, dropped down onto the ground and inchwormed away. Like that's not.
That probably didn't happen.
You would have one heard him drop to the ground, and two would have saw him like fall.
Inching away.
Yeah, but he walked. He took like a step, and he went in between the bar, like the one solid bar of the car between the front window and the back seat window, and then he just wasn't around anymore. I was like,
his goal was definitely just to spook us.
It was definitely just like I think it was definitely just a scare tactic, more like watch your fucking step, remember what I can do, kind of thing.
I guess. I mean, we're just getting high. We weren't even doing nothing. I think they were just striking when we wouldn't expect.
Well, we kind of have been ignoring it, one, and two,
Yeah.
we had kind of been like, oh, whatever, it's not even doing shit, it can't do shit, it's weak.
Yeah.
So maybe it was more like, you've antagonized me for
Yeah.
far too long, and now I'm going
We
to
should
show
probably do
you
a
what I can
separate
do.
video for all of our encounters with shit.
Yeah. I feel like
I think we've summed up Space Talk and Supernatural Blues.
I think so too.
So we're gonna sign off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ba-ba-da. Supernatural Space Talk.